Nobody saw this twist coming. After weeks of non-stop headlines and bold statements, Claressa Shields has suddenly gone silent, leaving everyone asking the same question: what happened? The silence comes right after she became the target of relentless online jokes from both Remy Ma and Papoose, making the internet explode with reactions. While Claressa stays out of the spotlight, all eyes have shifted to Remy Ma's explosive diss track. Fans believe this wasn't just another rap response, it was a message that had been building for a long time. After choosing patience and taking the high road for months, many say Remy finally decided enough was enough, delivering the response supporters had been waiting to hear all along, for a long time.
Ponytails. My air, I've never breathed so freely. Okay? I couldn't take it anymore. I said, hey, this ain't what it is. We can't keep doing this. We took
People feel she reached a point where she had to speak up and clear the air. From their perspective, this whole situation is simply people facing the consequences of their own actions. Because Claressa inserted herself into a marriage situation involving a married man, allegedly communicating privately and involving herself in matters that didn't concern her while fully aware of the circumstances. Many feel that eventually the truth catches up, and this response from Remy was inevitable. Supporters of Remy see the track as more than entertainment. They view it as her defending her reputation and protecting her business image after months of public controversy involving both Claressa and Papoose. And honestly, people online have been saying both sides looked foolish throughout the entire situation. According to many discussions surrounding this drama, there was allegedly an effort to damage Remy's image publicly. People remember Remy previously claiming that rumors and negative stories were being spread about her intentionally. She reportedly tried to get it stopped privately at first. The
truth, you will probably literally, like, people will cry if they knew the truth. Like, literally cry. Like, cry. I look at it now and I feel sorry for old girl. Like, I feel sorry for her because I know the circles that's being ran and wrapped around over there. Like, I would cry. I feel bad.
Asking for the what if the story everyone believed was carefully scripted from the very beginning? Just when people thought the drama couldn't get any bigger, a new wave of accusations completely changed the conversation. Instead of letting the rumors fade, fresh claims pulled Papoose, Remy Ma, and Claressa Shields back into the spotlight, leaving fans questioning everything they thought they knew. According to one side of the story, repeated attempts were made to calm the situation and stop the public back and forth. But supporters argue that the pressure never disappeared. They believe the constant criticism eventually pushed the situation to a breaking point, leading to a decision to finally speak out and reveal what was allegedly happening behind closed doors. As the debate exploded online, many critics began taking a closer look at Papoose's carefully built reputation. For years, he had been viewed as calm, respectful, loyal, and someone who stayed above unnecessary drama. That public image earned him admiration, especially during his marriage to Remy Ma. But now some online voices are questioning whether that image reflected the full reality. Supporters of Remy argue that while she focused on work, family responsibilities, and protecting the relationship, Papoose was allegedly living a very different life away from the cameras. These claims remain allegations, but they have fueled endless discussions across social media, with many wondering whether appearances were hiding a completely different story. Another topic gaining attention is the way the public conflict unfolded. Many people noticed that Papoose rarely addressed the controversy directly. Instead, he often appeared calm in interviews, avoiding harsh comments and presenting himself as someone who wanted no part in the drama. Meanwhile, Claressa became the most outspoken figure, responding online, making bold statements, and keeping the headlines alive. That contrast sparked even more speculation. Some viewers believe Claressa wasn't acting alone. They claim someone behind the scenes may have been providing information while allowing her to become the public face of the conflict. If true, critics argue, it created the perfect situation where one person stayed looking innocent while another absorbed all the backlash. As public opinion shifted, more people began wondering whether both sides had underestimated how quickly the internet can turn. Instead of damaging Remy Ma's reputation, many now believe the attention has started circling back toward the very people who hoped to control the narrative. As the conversation kept growing, many online claimed the public pressure had started producing the opposite effect. Instead of weakening Remy Ma's image, they argued it was strengthening her position while raising more questions about Papoose and Claressa. Supporters pointed to Remy's ability to stay focused on her career despite months of controversy, saying she refused to let the headlines define her. One moment that fueled even more discussion was a powerful line from Remy's diss track. Fans interpreted it as a direct challenge to people who constantly talk about helping others while struggling to show meaningful progress in their own lives. The lyric quickly spread across social media, with thousands debating who it was really aimed at. That conversation soon shifted toward Papoose's long history of highlighting achievements from years ago. Critics questioned why past success continued to dominate the discussion if his influence remained as strong as claimed. Some argued that true impact should be measured by recent accomplishments rather than stories from decades earlier. Even interviews where he referenced old business victories were met with skepticism, as viewers asked the same question: where are the new milestones? Others pointed out that although Papoose had recently been connected to projects involving major artists, those efforts failed to create the level of excitement many expected. For critics, this became another reason to question whether his current influence matched the reputation he continued to promote. Meanwhile, Remy Ma's diss record generated immediate attention, climbing music charts and becoming one of the biggest talking points online. Supporters celebrated the response, arguing that the song proved she still had the ability to command public attention whenever she chose to speak. As the record continued gaining momentum, many felt it shifted the balance of the entire conversation. The success of the track also led people to revisit the image Papoose had built over the years. Some argued that much of that reputation was strengthened, while Remy publicly defended and supported him throughout their relationship. They believed she spent years protecting both his name and their shared brand, even during difficult moments. Now, however, many fans see Remy in a completely different role. Instead of focusing on old personal battles, they believe she's protecting her business interests, future partnerships, and professional reputation. Supporters argue that speaking out was no longer about revenge, it was about making sure her side of the story was finally heard before false narratives became permanent. As these opinions spread across social media, one question continued dominating every discussion: who was really controlling the story all along, and why was the truth only beginning to surface now? As the fallout continued, many critics argued that the loyalty Remy Ma had shown for years was never fully returned. They claimed she spent countless moments defending Papoose publicly, while he allegedly allowed someone else to criticize her without stepping in. Whether that perception is fair or not, it quickly became one of the internet's biggest talking points. What grabbed even more attention was Claressa Shields' sudden silence. After months of posting bold messages, responding to critics, and confidently discussing her relationship, her online activity appeared to slow dramatically following Remy's diss track. Supporters immediately connected the timing, suggesting the lyrics may have struck a nerve. Fans also dissected several bars from the song, believing Remy was hinting that she understood far more about the situation than people realized. Some interpreted the lyrics as suggesting Claressa had been reacting without seeing the full picture, while Remy claimed to recognize familiar patterns from her own past experiences. Those interpretations fueled endless debates, even though listeners reached different conclusions. Around the same time, a training video Claressa shared from the gym went viral for unexpected reasons. Instead of focusing on her workout, viewers noticed she looked unusually distracted. The discussion intensified after fans spotted that she was wearing two different shoes. Claressa later explained it was an honest mistake because both pairs looked similar, But social media quickly turned the moment into countless jokes and memes. For many supporters of Remy, the incident symbolized someone feeling overwhelmed by nonstop public attention. Others disagreed, arguing that people were reading far too much into a simple accident. Still, the viral reactions kept the controversy trending. The timing of everything only added more fuel to the story. Throughout the week, clips from Papoose's interviews circulated online, with viewers closely analyzing his answers about his relationship with Claressa. Some felt his responses sounded distant, especially when questions about living together or future plans came up. His comments about gifts and rings also sparked speculation, with many believing he was downplaying the seriousness of the relationship. By the end of the week, many online felt Claressa had been left in an uncomfortable position, while Remy's song had completely shifted public attention. Supporters argued that silence sometimes speaks louder than any statement, and they viewed Remy's response as an effort to defend both her reputation and her future business opportunities. Whether public opinion continues to shift remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: the conversation is far from over, and every new headline keeps this story alive. Let us know what you guys think in the comments. Remember to like, subscribe, and hype up the video for more. Thanks for watching.